Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam McKola. We're outside Old Trafford, Manchester United 2, Derby County 2, United out of the League Cup on penalties. To be fair to Phil Jones, look, I don't want to blame him for that because anyone can miss a penalty, and it was a pretty perfect penalty shootout up until his penalty. The mistakes and the problems for United started way earlier than that. Now, when you look at the team that started today, Bailly and Jones in at centre-half, Delo and Young in at full-back, you look at our midfield, Matic Herrera, Mata, Lingard, Martial, Romelu Lukaku. Our team was more than strong enough to get a result here today against a championship outfit. A very good championship outfit, but a championship outfit nevertheless. And we just did not deliver today. We did not perform. Yes, we made 8 changes. The team was strong enough there today. We went 1-0 up after a fantastic goal. Anthony Martial, who started the match brightly, and for me was our best player today. He was always dangerous, constantly dangerous. He linked up with Lukaku, who found, I think it was Lingard, who put Mata in. And Mata started the game with a fantastic finish, 1-0. I turned to my brother and say, I would love this to be the moment where we go on now and 2-3, 4-0. But you just know we're going to try and sit on this, and that's exactly what happened. Yes, opportunities came, and Romelu Lukaku had 2 opportunities. One was put on his head by Martial. Another, he was through on goal and he knocked it wide. And United missed countless opportunities. Romelu Lukaku, who's looking like a man that has no confidence, who hasn't scored a goal in years. Even though he started the season scoring goals for fun, for club and country, what has happened to him, I genuinely do not know. He looks scared on that pitch at the moment, scared to take a shot, and whenever he does, it's not hitting the back of the net. It was a real worry there for me, and I was worried for him when he stepped up to take a penalty, which thankfully he scored. So Lukaku missing them chances, and then the second half, towards the end of the second half, Derby were coming into the game. They were a lot better. And in the second half, they got their equaliser, and it was always coming. It was always coming, that equaliser. We did go down to 10 men. Romero sent off for handball, and they go ahead. They go ahead late on. You're thinking, they deserve it. You know what? They deserve it. They should be going through. Regardless of 10 men or not, they deserve to go through today. And it's so embarrassing because Saturday we were outplayed by Wolves here. Today we're outplayed by Derby here. That's a team that just got up from the championship, a team that's in the championship, and we're playing like this against them. I genuinely just don't get it. I don't get it at all. How can we play football like this? How? With the players that we have, everyone wants to talk about our players not being good enough, deadwood, this, that, and the other. But you look at Derby County with a manager that they've had for how long? Playing football, playing better football than us at Old Trafford. You look at Wolves, a team that, yes, they have some high quality players in there, but they're not as good as us on paper. They outplay us at home. Teams that come into Old Trafford now thinking, we're going to outplay these here. Football has changed. You're not just going to beat teams like that no more. And your teams have to be coached to win games, and we're just not coached. We have no style of play, no rhythm in our play. Pretty much all of our team is lacking confidence. And you ask, where does that come from? Look, everyone knows, I get criticised for being heavily anti-Mourinho, but who else do you blame for this? Who else do you blame for this? Everyone will say, the players. Blame Paul Pogba for that today. You can't. And people want to criticise Paul Pogba for saying Manchester United should be attacking. The fans said exactly the same thing in there today. But he shouldn't be criticising Mourinho, I hear you say. What was Mourinho doing last season about Paul Pogba? So, yes, I wish Pogba would keep things behind closed doors, but that starts with the manager too. And regardless of whether people say Pogba's the problem, Martial's the problem, this, that, and the other, regardless of whether any of those individuals play, the truth is Manchester United do not play good enough football. We do not play good enough football, whether it's against Derby County, whether it's against Wolverhampton Wanderers, whether it's against Brighton, Leicester, whoever. We do not play good enough football. And the buck has to start with the manager. He's the only manager that's getting away with a lack of criticism. Like, but the players aren't good enough. But there's too much dead wood. Maybe the dead wood sat on our bench. Maybe it just is, because nothing is improving at Manchester United. Since our first season under Mourinho, most of our players have stagnated or gone backwards. Our football hasn't improved. And you look around us in the Premier League, everyone's improving apart from us. We've already 8 points behind in the league. We're already out of the League Cup. What we got left to play for? The FA Cup and the Champions League. Do you know what month it is? Why am I looking at my watch? Do you know what month it is? It's September. And we're out of the league race. And we're out of the League Cup. We got 2 trophies to play for. Whose fault is that? You can't blame Paul Pogba for that. You can't blame Mino Raiola for that. You can't blame the fans' demands for that. You can't. You just cannot. The buck has to stop with Jose Mourinho. And if he can't fix this, he needs to go. That's not going to be now. We know how the club works. We know how the club works. If he gets top 4, he picks up the FA Cup. He's not going to go anywhere. The club works on a purely financial basis. And that is a problem as well. That is another problem. Part of the problem. Because we've got a board that has just cared about money. Today we hear Ed Woodward saying, no, our job here is to win trophies. Our job here is to do that. Shut up, Ed. Shut up, Ed. You're not being serious. You're not being serious. Because if you were here to win trophies, I wouldn't be seeing Ashley Young, Chris Smalling, Phil Jones still at Manchester United. That triangle today of Phil Jones, Nemanja Matic and Ashley Young was slow, clumsy, just awful. And it started from the back going forward, the hesitancy, the negativity, just everything. And on the pitch, the players are playing within themselves. Some of them ain't good enough, but a lot of them are good enough. Alexis Sanchez, what a player. What's he doing these days? Paul Pogba, what a player. Inconsistent. Romelu Lukaku, what a goal scorer. Look at him. He looks scared out there. The only players that are doing anything for United are players that are still lucky to be here. Lucky to be here. So, I don't know, man. I genuinely don't understand it. Obviously, I'm not happy with Pogba coming out and saying what he's saying. And I don't want there to be issues between our star player and our manager. But we've seen this before with Jose Mourinho. And everyone wants to get onto Paul Pogba's case. But it started with Jose. And on the pitch, the manager isn't getting the results. And we're not seeing any improvement. So what is it? I'm not too sure, to be honest. We need to improve. We need to move forward, but something's not right. Something's not right. Anyway, let us know what you think. Because I don't know how Frank Lampard's Derby have come here and beaten Manchester United. Wolverhampton Wanderers came here and outplayed Manchester United. I can't explain that. Can you? Let us know in the comments below.